Hello, sysfailure here again, and welcome back to the survival series. Since last episode, I've actually got all the mechanisms stuck in round the back here. So this is the Tango Tech item sorter. So we've got our little hopper clock down here, and everything pours in through here and heads up that line, and then trundles down through the hoppers, spitting them out into any chests that can take them. Back up and round another set before moving on to another module. And the modules run all the way down here and around here and right round the other side. And in fact, I don't know, can I get out of here? No, whoa, that was close. I can get out here though. Yes, so they run all the way around here and it sort of works. What I mean sort of works, well, it does sort items, and I've tried it. There's a whole load of cobble there. I should probably have some bulk storage instead for things like cobble, because there's just so much of it, and then sort of throw away the spare. Should probably do that with all the stones, actually, because I, as you can see, collecting quite a bit of it. And yes, I was correct. There is kind of too many modules, because you're meant to have 1 stack per 3 of these, I think. So that was 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack, 4 stack, 5 stack and a bit. And obviously the hopper can only hold 5 stacks. So occasionally some things do get stuck, so we'd have to take a couple out. Not made it look pretty yet, because I want to make sure all the mechanisms worked. And, well, yeah, it does, and it doesn't. Let me show you a couple of problems with it. First off, over here, this is sort of what these are meant to look like that. That's just some of the funny wiring I had to do for certain parts, but they're meant to look kind of like that. That one doesn't. That one, in fact, actually has, if I can get through here, power running down underneath there, under, round and up from this side, and down here to power that like that. Why is that? Well, in typical Minecraft wonderfulness, that dropper right there refuses to work if it's powered from this side, and that's the only one there that does that. I do, however, also have one here which misbehaves in a rather similar fashion, although that works, but that doesn't if I run it around there. So you can never have perfection in Minecraft, but if it was for that, then yeah, excellent. Well, no. It's incredibly clicky. This is well known because of the sheer amount of droppers that are in here. So we'll click, 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 click. And I have speed tested it, and clearing out a large chest of items takes about an hour of non-stop clicking. And not only non-stop clicking, but when it's working, the click sounds interfere with everything else. So if you open a chest, it sounds like... Actually, we'll try one that's not a trap one. Like that, you actually go brip, brip, and just get the beginning of the sound. So, all sound is corrupted if you're anywhere near this thing. In fact, even if you can't hear these, so I'm saying I'm at the front of the base, over there somewhere, still does it. So that's really irritating. As it says, it's slow, taking an hour, it's clicky. I don't think it works too well for this sort of size of storage, which is a shame, because otherwise it'd be quite good. So glad I didn't design it. Oh, I'm going to have to rip a lot of it out and do something a bit different. Whilst I was also doing it, we've got this section down the middle. So I've actually carved out, this is all the way down there. I'm not going to go hopping down there, although I can make my way through if I want. I just carved all that out for the sheer hell of it to have sort of a central feature, and we'll do something with that perhaps. I'm not happy with these bridges. These bridges look a bit... nah. So you can't really see what's going on unless you sort of climb right up here. But then you're also likely to fall in, so... I'm debating it. I might cover it up again. I might not. I might actually use it as the bulk storage area for stuff like cobble, etc. I don't know. So as we're going to rip all this out, we do need a different sorting system. I'm going to hop across into a test world, but I've got a couple of possible examples that we can try out. And... couple of reasons why I'm not going to use certain ones, so we'll hop over to that now. And here we are in a quick little testing world I've got set up. We're going to have a look through a couple of possible designs and show why I'm not going to use these first few. So this is your bog standard item sorter. and it's got no overflow protection whatsoever. So if it overflows, the signal comes down and actually hooks into the next one, and then will actually clear out all these filler items and break it. This one along here, this is the Impulse SV version, which is slightly longer. So if it fills up totally, the signal will make it to there, but it won't make it across to there. So won't cause all the filler to clear out. However, there are a couple of other downsides to it, such as, well, it takes 41 items in there, whereas these don't, so you don't have so many stuck there. And there's some other things that get stuck as well. There's this one here, which doesn't have the sort of problems of these, but still ends up with items stuck. And then there's this one over here, which is an expanded version of this one. And it looks very similar, but it actually manages to avoid breaking even with overflow protection. So what I'm actually going to do with these is run the whole set of them and see what it does to the system. So each one of these has these items in here. These are unsortable. That's your first chest. Is that second? Yes. So that's your first chest, then some unsortables. Second, third, fourth. And the chests down here are all full, so the system will overflow. And all these are set up exactly the same to overflow. So we'll run them all and then see what happens. Now, every single one of them has been run through. And if you look in here, nothing. As I said, this one would break, and what's happened is, see, the filler is ended up in here and random items all in the wrong slots. It should be, obviously, snowballs, lapis, but we've got our diamonds in the snowball in there, and there's hay and there's some lapis. Yeah, it's utterly knackered. So you can't use this design because it has no overflow protection. The Impulse SV one with overflow protection, there you go. They're all over the end there, as everything has filled up right to the top there. So that's fine in that part. This one, same again, stuff in the end. These are still okay with the filler. And this one, well, there's less items in the end because actually these are actually a bit taller. But the filler bit's still actually there. I'm actually going to run another set through this just to fill it up. Right, that's another set run through. So now as you can see, items in the end. These are absolutely filled to the brim. And it's fine. So we've got 3 with overflow protection there. And every single one works. Now I'm going to add extra chests to the front to empty them out. And then we'll see why we're going to use this one at the end, even though it's taking up quite a bit of space. Right, so they've all been allowed to flow out with extra chests. And let's see what's happened to all of these. This one, well, that one's empty. That one's got random assorted items. That one's got random assorted items. That's got some stuff. And as you can see, they're, well, it's pretty knackered, so no good in any way. This was the Impulse SV1. See, not a whole lot come through the chest. This is what was in them, and nothing really. And if you have a look in these, that's still full. The filters are fine. Yep, full. That one, filter fine, full, filter fine. So the overflow protection on the Impulse SV1 does protect the filters, but you end up with massive amounts stuck in here, and the sun's just have gone away. Yeah. So you do end up with stuff stuck in them, and you'll have to go around and still clear it out. Kind of annoying. This one, again, filters are fine, but items stuck, and pretty much the same problem. So if you're willing to put up with that, you might as well go for the Impulse SV design over this one. But this one, which is pretty much the same as that, but has an extra row of hoppers down here. Because these are locked, they can't push items out, but they can still have items sucked out of them by these. So if we have a look inside this one, items there. Inside our hopper, nothing. Inside that hopper, nothing. And there, filter is fine, and that is the same for all of these, which is great. So probably going to be using this. I can't remember who came up with this one, and I don't know if the extra bit down the bottom was his design or mine off the top of my head now. I've been fiddling these for a while. The guy who came up with this likes to name stuff like rattlesnakes and bumblebees or something. I think that's a rattlesnake item sorter. Can't remember his name. Sorry about that if you happen to be watching. So we'll go for this. Could put more chests down here and have them come down there so that they're always down. Or could put one there. So if stuff's starting to overflow, it will get pushed into there anyway. But it won't empty that out if that's locked out and that's missing. There. In fact, if we... That's it. In fact, I'll show you. Let's get rid of that one. Put that there and I'll just... There. So nothing's going in. Because it is locked out because of that. Whoops. But now they're going in fine. So I'll have a think about that. It does take a fair amount of space, so I'm going to have to think of how I organise the thing as well. Yeah, there's not much survival stuff in this survival episode because we're looking at stuff for the sorting system. We don't want to screw it up. On the subject of screwing up sorting system stuff, well, the latest snapshot has just come out. Was it 15W38A/B? And, well, let's have a look. I'm still in 1.8.8 at the moment, and the server's running on 1.8.1, just because they're cross-compatible, so I never bothered to upgrade it. But when 1.9 comes out, I will upgrade the server to that. So this here is your most simple item elevator going. Just happily travels up, and it looks quite nice. It's very simple. Goes around there, hits the edge, ends up inside that block that's a fence, which is sort of transparent and solid at the same time, and that causes items to rise up like that. Really simple item elevator, and it looks good, so you can see through it and watch items float up, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's broken. There's been a fix for... I don't know what the bug is, but the fixing the bug also means that where the fence block is sort of solid, now isn't, and stuff will pile up. I'll show you that in a second. So that totally breaks these. Really quite annoying. That's a shame. I mean, you can still build dropper towers, and I ages ago came up with what pretty much I believe is the fastest dropper tower in existence. You can see that in an older video of mine. But that's obviously a line of droppers and stuff. The A snapshot, the items wouldn't even move through solid blocks. But the B snapshot, they have changed it so they will move through solid blocks now. But this still class defense, not a solid block. This one as well, I'll just show you. Some people are thinking this might work. So I looked into this one. This is your more annoying clicky, pistony type ones. And yeah, you know, it's working fine in 1.8.8. You know, look at all that junk heading to the top right there. Lots and lots of rubbish. We're going to hop into the new snapshot and have a look at that as well, because we're really going to have a think about this and see what we're going to do for the story system, because these just will not work at the moment come 1.9, and the current word is that's the way it's going to stay. Really hoping it doesn't. Maybe somebody put an appeal about these. Let's hop over the new snapshot and see what it looks like. Okay, new snapshot, the 15W38B. Same devices. Turn this one on. There we go. All piling up down there in the corner. So this is utterly broken. And may well say it that way. This one, some people suggested, may well work. Well, nope, that doesn't look like it's working to me. And if we, once they behave themselves, if we try taking out them, so that's solid, and then that'll press up and solid into there. Well, it gets highly entertaining actually. Boo! 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 So if you want an item flinger, it's pretty awesome. If you don't want an item flinger, it's it's crap. So, yeah, don't think I'm going to be... Ooh, that's quite pretty. Drawn a line. And then a bit of a spray. Yeah, not going to be using these. Unless it turns out to get fixed. Because, well, I'll just have to change them all again. And 1.9, which I have no idea when that will be out. Obviously, you know, probably months anyway. So no good. Probably will end up building dropper towers in the meantime. Alright, let's head back to the survival world and see if we can get some other sort of layout going. We're back in the survival world and I've ripped out those bridges that I had and tried a couple other things. So we've got a little wall there and a glass floor. If I go for this one, I'll probably have stained glass, but that means you can see the bits down there a little bit better. And I've also got one over here, which is just with a bridge like that. So you can sort of look like there, but you can't see down. What do you think? Do you like that one? We'll call that A. Or do you like that one, which we will call B? A or B? Let me know in the comments. But what I think I'm actually going to do is rip out the entire system from behind here. And then sort of start again. And then have a think about a design. So I know last episode there was meant to be a time lapse and I forgot to hit record. Well, let's actually have ourselves a time lapse this time of us ripping all this out. That should be mildly entertaining. So I think it's time to actually engage the time lapse and remember hit record this time. And there we are. That's all that cleared out. That was cleared out a lot quicker than I put it in the first place. And got quite a lot of bits and pieces, so I might as well put it somewhere. And then we're being stalked by a skeleton right at the end as well. Bit less than a chest's worth of stuff. So that's that done. Chicken. I'm going to be needing to prepare the pick yet again soon. But as you saw, this entire back area is now totally empty. Sort of, should probably do that one. And these have still got stuff in them. I'll leave the stuff in there because I have tidied some of the ones out from out here. There is still a few chests around this side, but you'll notice this side has got a lot less chests. There's not any there anymore. And these are mostly sort of sorted essentially stuff. And once we get the storage system properly going again, we will actually bring them in. So I'm actually going to leave it there for this episode because it took a little while to do all those various bits, and I do have to still sort of think of just how am I going to lay this out. Still going to have some sort of chest arrangement like this, but the look that we were going to go for, well, not look, the mechanism which goes around the back, the spacing of it is not going to easily allow us to do something like this. And we are going to end up in a situation where we can't also, come here, where you can't have like polished granite and normal granite in the same chest. But not a huge concern, we've got plenty of space, we can separate them out. Yeah, we'll just have to think what to do with that. And we won't have these massive gaps between them. So that'll make it a bit more compact, probably get more in here. So I will work on some possible layouts for it, and I will see you next episode. So as per usual, thanks for watching and bye bye. Oh god. Oh. Oh. Oh my. What the hell? Oh Jesus.